All right, our next speaker, ladies and gentlemen, if you could please take your seats, is Mr. John Moot.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you today. My name is John Moot, M-O-O-T, and from 1994 to 2000, I served on the Chula Vista City Council, and prior to that, I served as a planning commissioner for the city of Chula Vista. I'm also currently on the executive committee of the South County EDC, Economic Development Council. But I'm here today as a citizen to urge you not to adopt regulations or reinterpret regulations that would adversely affect the economics of the local Chula Vista card room. The card room in Chula Vista has been there, I think, since 1946, and for decades has been a place that is convenient and safe for the residents of Chula Vista to go who enjoy playing poker, California blackjack, and Pai Gow. 7 Mile Casino took over our card room recently, and as you heard from our mayor, moved it to our Chula Vista Bayfront and replaced a vacant piece of property with a new facility where people not only can go to enjoy these games, but to enjoy dinner at sunset looking over our Bayfront. They rehabbed the entire piece of property and are adding to a major redevelopment project existing on the Chula Vista Bayfront. But more importantly, as a public official, we're concerned about safety. In our community, the Indian gaming casinos are at the edge of the counties, a far drive from our residents, often through rural, dark, and roads that are very dangerous, especially when people are drinking. The convenience of having a local card room that is supervised by our Chula Vista Police Department that doesn't have the inherent conflicts of interest that a tribal police department might have in restraining conduct at their own facilities. I remember when I was on the council, they were moving to expand the tables and add Pai Gow. And our legal staff extensively looked at your existing regulations. Our police department gave extensive testimony into the current operations, and we as a community relied on your existing regulations and those existing interpretations to expand the facility and bring greater amenities to our community. It is important for the citizens of Chula Vista to maintain this local institution that has served us so well over the years, and it continues to enhance our community in the many ways that you've already heard. Thank you.
Catherine Limbo? She is here. Patrick Chavez? Or is that Patricia?
Oop, I'm a little short. Good morning. Thank you for having me. My name is Patricia Chavez, and I'm a resident of Chula Vista, former council member for the city of Chula Vista, and I'm currently a director of communications and external affairs for South Bay Community Services. South Bay Community Services is a nonprofit in the city of Chula Vista, and actually in San Diego County. We serve over 50,000 individuals a year. We have over 400 on staff, and we provide services and resources for children, youth, and families who are often going through very serious and sensitive issues. We help on their well-being and prosperity, whether it's homelessness, foster youth programs, food scarcity, barriers to higher education, domestic violence, and housing. These economic stressors really impact our community, and we're able to help because we have partnerships in the community. We can't do this alone. 7 Mile Casino and staff have been a huge support to our work and have served as a model for how businesses should respond to community need and partner in their community. Certainly nonprofits need funding, and 7 Mile Casino has been wonderful with monetary donations, and I do want to share that. But they've done more than just that. They've listened, they've asked, and they learned about our community, and they responded to needs and invested deeply and purposefully and they have inspired other businesses to follow suit, to support other organizations, and really continue that true partnership in our community. They've passed out turkeys. They've passed out diplomas at Therapeutic Preschool. They've become part of Chula Vista, and they've become part of one of us. Last year, 7 Mile Casino held a 24-hour give back event at their location, and for every person that walked in their doors, they donated $100 up to $750 to our child abuse prevention and intervention programs. More than 1,000 residents attended. And as I shared monetarily, it's certainly important, but I want to express how impactful just this event was to every part of our cause. 7 Mile marketed the event through various communication channels, television, radio, billboards, certainly channels that most nonprofits can't afford, and certainly we can't either. They marketed the event, but they also shared about services and resources available for children impacted by abuse, which includes the children in shelters, our counseling, and our preschool. They increased our website visits by 200%. They helped reach more children and families in our community and our county that needed help. We were able to help more children, and we were also able to connect with more business partners who wanted to join our cause and join other nonprofits to invest more in our community. This event also offered an opportunity to celebrate our volunteers and our staff. We have more than 400 on staff, more than 80% live in South County. This is a place for them to go and enjoy each other's company and have fun. We don't have many other places like this in South County. During this event, they held a breakfast to celebrate our volunteers and celebrate our staff. We don't get to do that very often because there's not many places to go. So this is what community does. This is what family does, and this is what 7 Mile has brought to our area. Because of their monetary investment, they've invested more than $100,000 for our programs and services in 2018. We've been able to help more current and former foster youth with housing, to complete school, to get into college, and most importantly, with job readiness to get and find good jobs. Due to 7 Mile Casino support, we are proud to share that we are expanding our therapeutic preschool, the only one in San Diego County, the only one in California for 3 to 5-year-olds who have been impacted by abuse and violence. We have had a waiting list of often over 90. And because of their support, we're going to be able to expand and help more children and take it to other parts of the community. With 7 Mile Partnership, we're not only working on preventive issues, we're changing statistics, but we're also working to undo some of the barriers and challenges that our families have been having. This change to the games permitted at 7 Mile could impact their investment in our community, will impact our families, and of course will impact the jobs. I thank you. I can't imagine how challenging your work is, but I thank you for having us here, to listening to us, and to considering these situations. Thank you.
Connie Chung.
Good morning. Thank you for holding these workshops and giving us an opportunity to voice our opinions. My name is Connie Chung, C-O-N-N-I-E, C-H-U-N-G. I work for a third-party company, Night Adventures. I am 41 and have been in the industry now for 18 years, which is a great part of my adulthood. And when I stumbled upon this industry, I thought, well, this would be a great interim job. But it's become so much more to me. It's become a career for me. And having made a career has helped me become a responsible adult, responsibly paying off my student debt, helping with medical bills for my ailing mother when she was still alive, and even being of help getting a friend get on her feet. Working for Knighted, you learn a lot about impact. It starts with the partnership. They are very compassionate people. The company instills community throughout the year by participating in multiple charity events. To set a tone, we even have our new hires participate in the food banks, which currently we do twice monthly. And to name just a few other events that we participate in, toy drives, breast cancer awareness, Habitat for Humanity, MS Walk, Shoes That Fit for less fortunate children, and we also do fundraising for Children's Hospital. But that's probably not even half the list of what we've done in this past year alone. While we are in the gaming industry, it isn't just about gambling and entertainment, but we are in the business of people and community. Giving back is a big part of what we do and what we believe in. We are a people of values and selflessness. I try to understand what is behind these agendas, and I can only gather that the tribes want a bigger piece of a relatively little pie. However, this will come at the expense of many people, their families, and communities. We aren't asking for anything more, but merely to keep things as they are for the survival of real people. Please do not allow for these agendas of selfishness to overtake our values of people, as people. Thank you.
Noel Tapia. Oh, you need another minute? Okay. Dale Wolf.
Thank you for your time. My name's Dale Wolf. I'm an employee at 7 Mile Casino. Today we've heard a lot about laws and their interpretation. Some of the things I remember from school about laws and their interpretations were that they were there to ensure the public safety, to make the playing field level, not that might makes right, and to protect the little guy. Card rooms and their employees are the little guy. Protect us.
Ready? Noel Tapia.
Thank you. Good morning, Director Shumazo and members of this panel. My name is Noel Tapia, and I am the City Attorney for the City of Commerce. I've attended 3 of the 4 workshops held by the Bureau of Gambling Control to consider this issue. For the benefit of those in attendance today who have not attended the other workshops, it's important to know that the attendees of the workshops have been substantially similar in all cases. About 99% of those who have attended oppose drastic changes to the way games are played in card clubs, including games that have a dealer-player position, while I would say less than 1% support the change. Today we had a few more attorneys speaking on behalf of the tribes, so the number probably shifted to 98.9% in opposition and 1.1% in favor. We should not be surprised by the composition of those in attendance because the adoption of regulations regulating the dealer-player position have the potential of negatively impacting 99% of those parties that are impacted while benefiting less than 1%. I ask that you please be mindful of the potential negative impacts to these communities when drafting the regulations. A significant core responsibility of policymakers is to consider how policies will impact members of the public. We certainly shouldn't advocate and support a process that benefits less than 1% of the population to the detriment of 99% of the population. In law, there is a theory that protects parties who suffer damages while reasonably relying to their detriment on a third party. Here, there would certainly be a strong case that the card clubs would have relied to their detriment on the review and approval by the state of the games currently being played in card clubs. These games are not being played in the dark, far away from the state's view, control, and jurisdiction. After review and approval by the state, they are often played in large urban centers like Commerce, California, which is located in the heart of Los Angeles County. These games were reviewed and approved by the state and have been played in Commerce for over 20 years. Certainly, card clubs have relied on these approvals to invest hundreds of millions of dollars in infrastructure improvements, in hiring personnel, and in supporting communities. For example, the Bicycle Casino and the Gardens Casino in Hawaiian Gardens have recently completed significant expansions to their facilities. The Commerce Casino employs over 2,500 people in a community where there are precious few other opportunities to secure employment that allows people to provide for their families. These families have relied on these jobs to secure mortgages, to purchase homes, to purchase cars, to fund their children's education. As many know, the tribes have recently filed lawsuits, and the courts will consider their arguments. The courts may or may not agree with them. In the meantime, however, this body, as a state agency created to protect the best interests of the public, has a responsibility and a duty to act in the best interest of the community and not in the best interest of a small, powerful, special interest group. So I respectfully urge this body to prepare and adopt regulations related to the dealer-player position that have the least amount of impact on people's lives as possible while complying with applicable laws. If the tribes disagree with your adopted regulations, they can file another lawsuit in courts in search of a sympathetic audience. I would humbly argue and suggest that a better position for this body would be to defend the adoption of regulations that are in the best interest of 90% of the public, rather than defending regulations that only serve less than 1% of the public. Thank you.
Becky Cortez.
Good morning. My name is Becky Cortez, Beckycortez. I am here on behalf of the Chula Vista Chamber, where I serve as a board member. Serving as a board member in Chula Vista allows me a great breadth of involvement within the Chula Vista City, where I'm also a resident and have been for the past 50 years. So seeing the different involvement that different community businesses have in our community is what we always are working towards, but we never have to ask 7 Mile. They always step up quickly. They're ready to help in all the different endeavors. They're even willing to advise and help us on different business matters that we, like for instance, the project manager of the 7 Mile Casino helped last year in our fundraiser of a golf tournament, and he'll be helping us again this year. So that's involvement of time and energy, not just money. And so they offer their time and energy, not just in the chamber, but you heard the various nonprofits. So my concern, we're up here in San Marcos with the traffic, morning traffic 3 hours from the South Bay. My concern is, in listening to the various other card rooms, has the board visited what a card room is compared to a casino? I mean, okay, you're shaking your head, yes. Okay, I don't know that you've been down to 7 Mile, but I'm glad that you have gone to a card room because it is considerably different. The card room that we have in Chula Vista, the 7 Mile, it's what I would call Cheers. You know, the show Cheers. It's like where we all go. And it's not just for fundraising or events or, it's a place where, as myself, I'm an entrepreneur, a small business person. I would bring my business associates there for lunch because the food is great and it's a beautiful venue, seeing the view of the ocean, and it's very, very pretty. So it's more than just the jobs that they create, the business that they have in our community. They're a mainstay. They're a support system. As you can see, they're a lifeblood to many of the nonprofits. So they're more than just what meets the eye. And so I ask for your support in understanding that a card room, what I've been hearing from the others, is the same as what we have in Chula Vista. They're quite different than what the casinos are. And I really appreciate the time. Thank you very much.
Jill Galvez.
Good morning. My name is Jill Galvez, and I'm the City Council member for Northwest Chula Vista. The 7 Mile Card Room on our beautiful Chula Vista Bayfront is an important part of my district, which is why our mayor and I have driven to San Marcos to speak with you today. We braved the elements, passed sinkholes, and stuck in traffic, and made this great journey because any detrimental change to the games permitted at 7 Mile Card Room could impact our city's revenue. It could hurt good-paying jobs, cut off funding for important local charities, and deflate an entertainment venue in Chula Vista, which has become a beautiful destination and gathering place where our community feels welcome to enjoy. 7 Mile has been a very good employer, offering good-paying, long-term jobs and opportunities. Most of their employees live in Chula Vista, Bonita, and our surrounding communities. I recently had the pleasure of meeting 7 Mile's executive chef, a graduate of one of our local high schools. You really ought to come down sometime and see what this man can create. Many of our local businessmen and women go to 7 Mile for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, enjoying the atmosphere and delicious food. In the past 10 to 15 years, at least 3 restaurants have failed and closed at this site: Anthony's Fish Grotto, El Torito's, and the Soup Exchange. 7 Mile has brought a beautiful, modern, fresh atmosphere and a pleasant dining experience to our community. I have attended many charitable events over the past few years at 7 Mile, including the extraordinary event last March, at which 7 Mile Casino donated $100 to SBCS, whom we just heard from, for every person who walked in the door in a 24-hour period. They donated over $75,000 to SBCS for critically needed programs in our community, including Mi Escuelita, a one-of-a-kind therapeutic preschool designed to meet the needs of children affected by domestic violence. At the end of January, I will be attending the Best of South Bay Awards for the 2nd year in a row at 7 Mile. It is sponsored by our local newspaper, the Star News, and it is quite fun. Everyone attends. 7 Mile has generously sponsored very important civic events. Over the past 3 years, they have been a signature sponsor of our 4th of July fireworks on the Bay, Harbor Fest, the Starlight Parade, and all this to the tune of $67,500 to the city of Chula Vista. In addition to their very generous support of SBCS and our city, 7 Mile is a great neighbor. You've heard this already. They were a titled sponsor for the Farm to Bay fundraiser for their neighbor, the Living Coast Discovery Center on the Chula Vista Bayfront, and their landscape design and architecture complements that of the Living Coast. 7 Mile bought and converted a red light awful hotel next to their property. They turned it into a modern, hip, and trendy new place to stay on our bayfront. They took over the property of a horrible, seedy strip club, which is thankfully gone forever. We hope to help them with their plans to create office space for businesses working on our Chula Vista Bayfront project in the space where the strip club once was. Finally, and most importantly, to our city treasurer, 7 Mile provides direct annual revenues to our city, which have increased from $391,194.50 in 2014 to $611,634.80. And those revenues will continue to increase year over year by 3%. In summary, 7 Mile employs us, gives us a beautiful community gathering place that welcomes us all to enjoy the view, great food, drink, and adult entertainment, has been a generous partner for civic events on our bayfront and in our downtown, has become a philanthropic partner to local charities, has turned blighted, dangerous properties into beautiful and responsible businesses, and to a growing extent helps us keep the lights on at City Hall. We believe it is important for you to hear from us directly why your rules could affect and impact the livelihoods of so many people in our community. Thank you for your time, and please come visit us and let me know when you're there. We'll pop right down. City Hall's about 3 blocks away. Thank you for your time.
Tammy Buletta.
Good morning. Thank you for this opportunity to hear our voices. It's raining pretty hard today, and being in San Marcos brought me the memory of the times when I used to live in Vista, city of Vista, driving all the way to Chula Vista, working 5 days, over 3 years. I'm proud to be employed by 7 Mile Casino, and the reason for me driving so far, and I didn't mind it, I didn't mind it is because the car room 7 Mile has been a blessing to me. A blessing. As a mom, I work a schedule that allows me to spend time with my kids and watch them grow. Sorry. A blessing as I earn an income to provide my children with a better life. The car room provides vital jobs to many people: dealers, table attendants, shift managers, chip runners, servers, porters, cleaners, cashiers, receptionists, valets, security guards. The list goes on. To all these people, the car room is their means of making a living and supporting their families. And it's not just the people that car room employs directly that benefit. Other businesses support it. Food delivery drivers, gas stations, local stores, and businesses are intimately connected. If the car room closes, even partly, these people and these businesses will take the brunt of the blow. Our community and its people will feel the strain, struggle, and despair, and with the bills and mortgage payments and life. It doesn't have to be this way. We need to protect these vital jobs so that our community and our children can survive. Thank you.
Miriam Babcock, or Babcock? I'm not sure.
Good morning, honorable members. My name is Miriam Babaki, and I serve as the Director of Public Works and Development Services for the City of Commerce. In this capacity, I oversee all infrastructure and private development in our city. Naturally, I look to our budget and to ensure there's adequate funding in place to maintain and expand our infrastructure, not only to ensure service to our residents and visitors, but also to promote investment in our community through private development. Commerce Casino plays a vital role in augmenting our city budget so that we can ensure building the infrastructure and the attraction of private development. As you know, infrastructure investment is the economic engine and a catalyst for economic development in any city. The loss of such revenues, such as the one that the Commerce Casino provides for our city, is catastrophic to our future economic development and in general to the future of our city. So we will appreciate in your consideration to consider these kind of impacts as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Jennifer Bustamante. Nguyen Lam. Adrian Parker.
Good morning. My name's Adrian Parker. I'm a native San Diegan. I was first employed by Ocean's 11 in 1998. Since then, as a table games dealer, I've been able to earn a steady, decent living. Working in the California card room industry has allotted myself and many others the ability to travel, have children, buy a home, or more importantly, survive the cost of living in California. In fact, myself and my wife, who is also an Ocean's 11 employee, have 2 young children and are looking forward to owning real estate here as well. However, in the face of why we are here today, we are sadly putting that discussion on hold. As a casino dealer and not a politician or a bureaucrat, I am confused as to why any sort of initiative would begin in an effort to end the existence of a decades-old established industry employing thousands across the state. Take out a sheet of paper, draw a line down the center, and write advantages on one side and disadvantages on the other. Under disadvantages, any one of us in this room could fill that side top to bottom. But move over to the advantages side, and I struggle to think of one good reason to bring down our card rooms. In the last 10 years, California has seen a rise in the cost of living and a loss of over 1 million residents, moving mostly to less expensive states like Texas, Arizona, and Oregon. The loss of thousands of jobs overnight would certainly exacerbate that problem. Quite simply, if my wife and I lose our jobs, we will 100% leave California. My mother, who has lived here since 1959, has also vowed to sell her home in Ramona, where I grew up, and follow us out of the state. So as you can see, it won't just be employees that are affected by this decision. I hope that my words today are taken into serious consideration and the right decision is made to keep our card rooms open. Thank you.
Daniela Garino.
Good morning, and thank you for hosting this workshop. My name is Daniela Gorino, and I am here representing the National City Chamber of Commerce. We are a nonprofit and one of the largest chambers in the South Bay of San Diego with over 500 members. And I am here in support of 7 Mile Casino, who is a great employer that offers good paying and long-term jobs. And as many people have previously mentioned, they have been very supportive and very active community partners. 7 Mile has shown commitment to growing not only their immediate city of Chula Vista, but also the surrounding region of which we are a part of. They have supported our International Mariachi Festival, our Bayside Brew and Spirits Festival, and also our numerous mixers, dinners, and tournaments. These are all instruments for economic development, professional development, and arts and culture development. Any regulations negatively affecting 7 Mile will affect their participation in our programs and benefit to the community, including revenues and jobs. It is our mission to advance the commercial and civic interest of not only National City, but also all of the South Bay. We support 7 Mile not only as a member, but also for their numerous contributions to other nonprofits and their economic influence. I can also speak to the personal integrity and character of the long-term executives at 7 Mile. This is the generous spirit and mindset that leads the organization. The National City Chamber has come all this way because we believe it is important for you to directly hear from us about the new regulations that will impact the livelihoods of so many people in our communities. Thank you.
Mary Doan.
Hi. Sorry. I'm Mary Doan, and I work for Ocean 11. This is my first time workshop, and I was here for support. So one of, actually, lawyers of the tribal coming up and talk about laws and regulation and things like that. So from what, it doesn't make sense to me. So when they talk about like laws and rules and all the stuff like, lawyer point, to me, rules, constitution, whatever it is, why do we make them? We make them to protect the people. I mean, we make rules to protect people. We change rules to protect the people, right? And now we're changing the rule because of what? Does it help the community? Does it help the people? Who does it help? Who is it benefit? And also, from what I know about a casino, is that they offer games that they are not allowed to offer, but they change. Because why don't we have the game, like, why don't Indian reservation have the game like roulette and crab? Why can't they just throw the dice and have it? But they changed the rule. They bent the rule saying that, oh, now they have to flip the card and all the stuff like that. It's become like another different game. And then they can operate it. Otherwise, Vegas won't let them operate. They changed the rule and they're saying that, okay, this is some other different game. And now all the Indian casino can allow to have the game. But the game that we have at the casino is like play a banker. It's completely, totally different game. It's not a flip of a card, a turn a card over, but it's a completely different game. Player get to be banker. They have the opportunity. That's something different. Casino doesn't offer that. Indian reservation doesn't offer that. We have the chance to be the banker. When we run bad luck, I want to be a banker. Why do the bank have to win all the time? When I play at the casino, oh my God, the dealer is so hot. I want to be able to bank. I cannot do that. That's something that I cannot do. And that's something that they don't offer. So how can they call it the same game? And when I play blackjack at the casino, when I bust, they took the money right away. For us, the game that we have, when the player busts, they have an opportunity to push, take back the money. And some players are happy about it. And it's completely totally different game. So I don't understand why are they fighting over us, over like clone us down because of they saying that we're the same and stuff like that. So it doesn't make sense to me of what they're doing here. And sorry, that's all I could think of right now. Do you want to say something?
Lisa Cohen.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Lisa Cohen, the CEO of the Chula Vista Chamber of Commerce and the Chula Vista Convention Visitors Bureau. The Chula Vista Chamber of Commerce is a 92-year-old organization that serves as the voice of the Chula Vista businesses that provide jobs, generate tax revenue, build infrastructure, and provide services for the city of Chula Vista. Our members are the key contributors to the city of Chula Vista's economy and have helped foster growth in new business and commerce throughout the region. They also make significant contributions to the local economy, employing more than 30,000 individuals in Chula Vista. We advocate for programs, projects, and public policy that adequately plans for the future and protects Chula Vista's quality of life, as well as those impacting the San Diego region. 7 Mile Casino has been a valuable and trusted community partner. As a Chamber of Commerce, it's natural for us to talk about the 300-plus jobs that they provide or the revenue they help generate for the city of Chula Vista. Are providing a high-class destination at the front door of our city, adjacent to our future Bayfront development project. I can talk about their investments to revitalize a portion of our city that was filled with empty and dying business to create an exciting venue that the city of Chula Vista can be proud of. But I want to share with you something that is intangible and can't be found on a spreadsheet. It's 7 Mile Casino's commitments to our city, the community, and its neighbors. The jobs, the facility, its investment in the community are not just part of a business plan, but are a true commitment to being part of the fabric of Chula Vista. 7 Mile continuously comes to the community and asks to help. They continue to open their facility and the community and are always looking to the future to support and be a part of the community vision. 7 Mile Casino is not just a business, it's part of Chula Vista. And any changes that eliminate the ability to play the games that have been there for over 20 years will not just affect the card room. It will impact the entire community. The city will lose good paying jobs, development, and most importantly, an engaged community partner. The decision you make on this issue will impact the entire business landscape. So I respectfully encourage you to help our card room be successful for the betterment of Chula Vista. Thank you.
Mike Diaz.
Good morning, Honorable Bureau members. My name is Mike Diaz, and I'm a council member with the City of Chula Vista. I oppose any attempt to restrict how non-poker games are banked. Our local casino, 7 Mile Casino, provides the City of Chula Vista with over $500,000 to our general fund. And that is the cost of about 3 new police officers. And I'm sure you've heard testimony in your previous workshops in Reading, Los Angeles, and Antioch on how tight city budgets are and how local casinos contribute to filling those budget gaps. Responsible casino operators like 7 Mile Casino and Chula Vista not only help us fill the budget gaps, but also do a tremendous amount of public good. 7 Mile just purchased and remodeled the hotel adjacent to their casino, and that hotel was a hub of criminal activity in our city. Now that 7 Mile has invested in and has cleaned up that hotel, our police department can now focus on crimes in other parts of the city. 7 Mile Casino is very active in our community, and I believe last year they gave over $200,000 back to the Chula Vista community. 7 Mile also offers free of charge their outside patio area for community events. In fact, it has become so popular that 7 Mile is currently remodeling so that the community can use it year-round without worrying about any effects of inclement weather. 7 Mile is a great community partner. I'm sure many other casinos throughout the state of California are committed to their communities just like 7 Mile. I encourage the Bureau to continue the practice of allowing casinos the ability to use third-party banks. Any action that would reduce their income will have a direct impact on our cities, counties, casino employees, and nonprofits, community partners that provide critical social services to our communities. Thank you for allowing me to speak today.
Okay. That's the end of the list of folks who signed up to speak. If anyone else would like to present comments? All right, well, it is approximately 11:35. The Bureau greatly appreciates the time you committed to today's discussion. We will analyze all of the information discussed today and the comments provided in writing, and we will move forward with the process when appropriate. This concludes the workshop discussion at the San Marcos CSU. Thank you for attending and for your comments. Now, you can also provide comments in writing. Direct your comments to the Department of Justice, Bureau of Gambling Control. You can mail those to P.O. Box 168024, Sacramento, California 95816, or you can email them to bgcregulations@doj.ca.gov. The next workshop is scheduled for Tuesday, February the 12th at 1 p.m. at the Clovis Veterans Memorial District, located at 808 4th Street in Clovis, California. Information concerning the workshop is also available on our website. Thank you so much.